Okay. Good evening to all of you. I welcome you all for the final day of this online workshop on issues and concerns during COVID. Today, we have a session on focus on fitness, chaired by Mrs. Malarvidi Ravi, Bharatdasan Government College for Women, Government of Puducherry. So I hope that last 2 days you have enjoyed a lot and you had a very good information from our eminent speakers. Today you have a special lecture on focus on fitness. It's a very important how we have to be fitness for this COVID period. So already our Malarvidi ma'am has joined with us. She is ready to present the session now. Before that, I request Dr. Kayalvidi Balamurugan to introduce ma'am to the participants. Ma'am, please. Ma'am, please.
Good evening, everybody. I'm very happy to introduce Mrs. Malarvidi Ravi, Assistant Professor, Department of Home Science, Bharatdasan Government College for Women, Puducherry. She did her PG program from PSG College, Coimbatore, specialized in food science and nutrition. She is a university rank holder in MSc, qualified state level education testing SLET for lecturers in the subject Home Science and Nutrition and Dietetics held in March 1997, qualified national eligibility test for lecturership, assistant professorship net by Agricultural Scientists Recruitment Board ICAR in the subject Foods and Nutrition held in December 1999, qualified University Grants Commission National Educational Test eligibility for lecturership UGC net in the subject Home Science, Food Science and Nutrition held in July 2000. She has got more than 2 decades of teaching experiences. Besides academics, as a registered dietitian, she rendered nutritional care service to in and out patients at 1,500 bedded hospital, that is Sri Ramchandra Hospital attached to the university from November 1997 to May 2003. She got selected for the present post through UPSC 2003 and she is in Bharatdasan Government College. As a resource person, she was a resource person in various regional level and state level programs. She has participated and presented research papers in many conferences, seminars, workshops. As a life member affiliated to relevant professional association, she has contributed in her fields, had given many health and nutrition related programs in Doordarshan Podigai, AR Puducherry, and now I'm very happy to have Malarvidi Ravi here as a resource person. I request Malarvidi ma'am to take over the session.
Thank you, ma'am. Good evening to all. At the outset, I would like to thank our principal, Dr. Subramanian, principal of our Bharatdasan Government College for Women, and Dr. Rani, principal, Women's Polytechnic College, for having organized this program. And in this juncture, I would like to express my sincere gratitude to Dr. Kayalvidi Balamurugan, Assistant Professor, ED Cell Coordinator of our Bharatdasan Government College for Women, and Professor J. Gandhi Mohan, the Women's Polytechnic College, for choosing me as a resource person for this online workshop on issues and concerns during COVID. And also, I would like to acknowledge on behalf of all of us, the government, the governing bodies, the sanitary workers, the health team, team members of medical health team, the emergency service workers, police, researchers, and teachers who are all playing a role to contain this COVID during this pandemic. And also, I would like to acknowledge the technology development without which, if it is not possible for me to get connected with you all people, we are all getting connected because of this technology. And also, if you look at, for all the happenings in the nature, it has a purpose and it will find its own way to heal. And today, being May 22nd, it is the International Day for Biological Diversity. Being part of the nature, we all must contribute to the nature, and that will help us to be good. With this short note, I would like to proceed to the session. The title today is Focus on Fitness. The overall aim of this session is to increase awareness of the importance of being active while you are at home during COVID-19 and to increase the physical activity to promote fitness and health. The learning objectives include understand physical fitness, health and wellness, benefits of being physically fit, physical activity to achieve health-related fitness, right eating, and regular activity linking together for optimal health, provide tips to stay active during this outbreak. And of course, to start with, broad controls to contain the spread of corona, temperature tracking, social distancing, hand and respiratory hygiene with the WHO guidelines, minimum 20 seconds with alcohol-based sanitizers, wearing masks, cleaning and disinfection, and download and use Arogya Setu app. And of course, it is almost 60 days that we are all had been in the lockdown period. Before proceeding, let's have a quick checklist to assess yourself how you were for these 60 days. Number one, if you take, have you followed the precautionary measures regularly? Yes or no? Being informed about all the issues about the neighboring countries, neighboring states, our own public society, have you been informed about the economic crisis, the problems which they are facing, the government's initiatives? Have you been informed about all this? Have you involved yourself to get connected with your family and friends? Yes or no? Listen to the music or watch particularly special movies, humor. Did any of your hobbies? Yes or no? Try to improve your skill. Maybe it is cooking, computer, social media, reading, writing, anything. Have you paid attention to your body? It could be of skin care, hair care, anything. Have you checked your weight and whether it is maintained in the same or increased or decreased? Eating and sleeping time, is it scheduled this 60 days or it is haphazard? Have you modified your diet by incorporation of spices and condiments, reduced the amount of food intake, adequate intake of water, tried some homemade nutritious recipes? Did you do some kind of physical activity? May it be simple walking, breathing, exercises, yoga, anything. And have you felt fortunate that you have been, you had some of the blessings and you didn't get affected by corona? You had an attitude of gratitude? And I'm sure all of you must be answering yes, maybe one or two with uncertainty. It means you are in the ladder of fitness. You're holistically improving. Only thing you need in each area, some more work. And here, through this session, I'm going to just facilitate to proceed with health and wellness. If you look at the definition of health, it has been expanded to wellness, a state of well-being that enables you to reach the fullest potential. It includes components like physical, emotional, social, spiritual, intellectual aspects, having goals and purposes in life. Normally, disease process begins early in life. Choosing and adopting healthy lifestyles helps in preventing disease and illness and promote wellness. Regular physical activity, proper nutrition, good posture, and good body mechanics are healthy lifestyle choice that can help you to be fit. If you look at this, you have, as I said, a lot of components. The goal of health and wellness is while you have to be promoting yourself to the positive aspects like being happy, informed, involved, fit, fulfilled, and that's how you can achieve wellness while you avoid your negative aspects. So here, though we are going to have the session focusing only on the physical health, the other components should also be equally given importance. If at all, you have to be having health and wellness. It's a chain. The links, all the links have to be strong enough to use the chain in the proper way. And coming to the fitness, holistically, if you look, what is fitness kind of? It is human adaptability to cope with various situations. When you come to physical fitness, it's a state of health and well-being. More specifically, a measure of the body's ability to function efficiently and effectively. What is it efficiently and effectively? You get more maximum productivity with least effort. in work, sports, and leisure activities without undue fatigue to be healthy, to resist hypokinetic conditions. What is hypokinetic conditions? Disease conditions because of the inactiveness, or you can say reduced physical activity, physical inactivity, non-communicable diseases like diabetes, cancer, cardiovascular problems, and to meet emergency situations. So when you're physically fit, you are fighting the non-communicable diseases by preventing it. Physical fitness ensures the overall fitness of the human body, irrelevant of the age. In physical fitness, you have two components as such, health-related and performance or skill-related. If you look at health-related fitness, it helps you to stay healthy. It contributes towards the physical health of the body, powered by muscles. The immunity of the body is increased, the flexibility, the functioning of various organs, and the proper operation of the body. The 5 components of health-related fitness includes 1, cardiorespiratory endurance, which is when you talk about cardiorespiratory, it talks about both heart and your lungs. Aerobic can be otherwise told. And it is the ability to carry out activities or exercises for a longer period without stopping, for which you need a very good heart and very effective lungs, and also very clear blood vessels so that it pumps blood to all the cells of your body. Muscular strength, it's the amount of force your muscle can produce. Like you can perform the task with the least amount of work. And muscular strength, if you have the power of muscles, for many times you will be able to work without getting tired. Muscular flexibility is talking about the using of your joints to the fullest extent of wide range of motion. You should be able to use your joints nicely. And the last component is body composition. It is talking about the percentage of body weight contributed by your tissues, your muscle, your bone, and fat. Percentage of fat have to be within the healthy range. These are all the components you have to be focusing if you want to improve health-related fitness. Performance-related fitness focuses on performance of any kind of action, be it be walking, running, even sitting and standing and all that. The overall coordination of the body, the speed of performing any action, and the balance maintenance during an action, the power and agility to perform the action, and the time taken to respond to stimuli. So the components include speed, which is moving the body or whole body or limbs quickly, coordination, moving body parts in a specific sequence, power, large amount of power within a short period of time, endurance, you should be able to perform for a longer time, sustaining your aerobic work, agility, changing directions rapidly, balance, maintaining a state of equilibrium. Generally, people might think all these components is essential only for the sports activities, but it is not so. Of course, you have to be specializing. Most of the sports activities involves all these things, but also in a day-to-day life, balancing and coordination with your senses and body, all that is important. So in general, achieving an adequate level of fitness in all the categories is essential for good health. So what is physical activity and exercise? WHO defines physical activity as any bodily movement performed by skeletal muscles that results in an increase in energy expenditure. That is, when you do physical activity, you are spending your energy. It could be including leisure time physical activity or transport for the work. You go by walk or bicycle or a passive transport, whatever it is. So passive transport doesn't include, comes under, it comes as physical inactivity, whereas walking and cycling, and then occupational, it could be light, heavy, moderate work, household chores, play, games, sports, or planned exercise. All that is coming as physical activity in the context of daily, family, and community activities. All forms of physical activity can provide health benefits if it's undertaken regularly and of sufficient duration and intensity. You shouldn't be getting confused with physical activity and exercise. Exercise is a subcategory of physical activity that is planned, structured, repetitive, and purposive, or aims to improve or maintain physical fitness, physical performance and health, maybe a sprinter or runner or athletic performer or boxing, and they would be focusing on that specialized exercises and then they will be doing it. And the same thing can be applicable to the ordinary people also. So if you want to build up your muscles, reduce your tummy, tone your muscles, you have to specifically focusing on particular set of exercises. Lack of physical activity is associated with a range of negative health outcomes, whereas increased physical activity can improve physical as well as mental health. So physical activity can be viewed as a continuum, say sleep, sedentary behavior, moving towards light activity, moderate activity, and vigorous activity. And how to know about this? The activity can be identified based on the intensity. The intensities are broadly classified, categorized based on the metabolic equivalence. More the metabolic equivalence when you use, we say that you are spending more amount of energy, it is vigorous activity, exercise. What is metabolic equivalence? Normally, the basal metabolism, energy expenditure is happening in our body even when we are in a complete state of physical rest. So, metabolic equivalents are nothing but the measure of intensity of physical activity. One metabolic equivalent
Video
is
unmute பண்ணனும்.
energy spent while in a resting position. Light activity requires maybe 2 to 3 metabolic equivalents only, say like shopping, walking around the office, sitting at the computer, making bed, and all those things doesn't require much amount of energy to be spent. Whereas moderate lifestyle activities like walking briskly or slow dancing or those kind of activities will require more amount of metabolic equivalent. That means you're spending more energy. And vigorous activities like running, jogging, and jumping, carrying heavy loads, such kind of activities require more metabolic equivalent. So normally, the benefit is when you go from moderate to vigorous activities in a day-to-day life, you will be achieving a lot of fitness. So this is some of the activities which requires metabolic equivalence. What is then physical inactivity or a sedentary behaviors? There is some certain amount of recommendations you are supposed to do within a day. Absence or insufficient level of physical activity required to meet the current physical activity recommendations is said to be physical inactivity. It doesn't require a lot of metabolic equivalence to, you don't spend the energy like sitting, reclining position, your screen time where you don't even spend any amount of energy. Sedentary behavior doesn't help you because it alters your glucose metabolism and it is associated with cardiac metabolic morbidity, and it is possible to develop risk factors towards the non-communicable diseases. What all can be the reasons for you being physically inactive? One, you are not involving yourself in physical activity during leisure time, and your activity or the work doesn't require much amount of physical activity. People in the IT field, those who are sitting in the desk job, there is naturally less amount of physical energy spent. And also for transport using passive mode instead of bicycling or walking. All these are reasons for being physically inactive. And here, you must know some of the key facts. WHO have identified insufficient physical activity is one of the leading risk factors for death worldwide. Insufficient physical activity is the key risk factor for non-communicable diseases like cardiovascular diseases, cancer, diabetes. Physical activity has significant health benefits and contributes to prevent NCD. If you look now, the data, this is before COVID, there were worldwide 1 in 4 adults and 3 in 4 adolescents, nearly 80% of the adolescents do not currently meet the global recommendations for physical activity set by WHO. Now, staying at home due to COVID-19 pandemic and doing less in terms of social interactions and exercise, negative effect on physical and mental health. The WHO Global Action Plan on Physical Activity Health 2018 to 2030 has been launched in June 2018. The aim is to reduce the physical inactivity by 30% by 2030. The vision is more active people for a healthier world. And now the target is, the goal is to reduce the physical inactivity across the globe by 10% by 2025. And for the past 2 months, the inactivity is on the higher side. And 30% have to be reduced by 2030, for which there are objectives has been set and a lot of policy actions has been carried out, and it is all done. So coming to the fitness, health, and wellness benefits, if you do regular and adequate levels of physical activity, what are all the benefits you achieve? Basically, it is helping you to maintain energy balance, thus weight control. Energy intake through the food, what you're taking, have to be equalized with energy expenditure through physical activity. Then only you will be in a state of energy equilibrium to maintain your body weight. So by doing regular and adequate physical activity, you can achieve that. A regular activity improves your muscular and cardiorespiratory fitness. It improves bone and functional health. And also it is a protective factor for the prevention and treatment of leading non-communicable diseases. And also it prevents the risk factors like hypertension, nothing but high blood pressure, overweight and obesity. And also it is associated with improved mental health, delay in the onset of dementia, depression, and it allows you to have adequate nice sleep. And also it helps to secrete feel-good hormones like endorphins in the brain. And it is improving the quality of life and well-being in overall, and reduce the risk of falls and as well as hip and vertebral fractures, thus helping for bone function. And it is improving the immunity, that is like to fight against disease conditions. So regular physical activity, as I told, physical activity involves exercise. Okay, regular physical activity makes you to have improved fitness, and thus you can achieve health and wellness. So this is a picture which shows how reducing risk of hypokinetic conditions can be achieved through physical activity. And here you have to be talking, for the past 2-3 days, we have been talking about immunity, resistance against disease conditions. Like any other systems like excretory system and all those things, don't think that I'm going to talk much about physiology. Basically, you have got an immune system in your body which helps you to fight against disease conditions, which includes WBC, white blood cells, antibodies, complement systems, lymphatic systems, spleen, thymus, bone marrow. All these are parts of the body which is present and doing a lot of functions actually. Part of circulatory system, and if you look at lymphatic system, it is part of circulatory system and immune system. It consists of lymphatic vessels, organs, spleen, thymus, tonsils, tissues. You can see the picture from the right side. You can see all the lymph nodes in green colors and all that. And there is also a lymph fluid, which is otherwise known as deity of fresh water. Its main function is immune defense. So this lymph fluid drains the lymphatic capillaries and lymphatic vessels. These vessels carry the lymph throughout the body, passing through numerous lymph nodes, which filter out unwanted material such as bacteria and damaged cells. Lymph is moved through the system by muscle contractions. When you do exercise, muscle contractions is happening, myokines are released. That's how it helps in so many aspects. Exercise can help the lymphatic system flow more effectively and potentially help to prevent infections like COVID or any other virus infections and other diseases like cancer. Any exercises, it may be yoga or particularly some of the breathing exercises focusing on the lymph nodes, all that is useful for the effective functioning of lymphatic system. So this is one article which is in the COVID resources of Elsevier, which says it's collectively they have done. Is there the physical activity and immunity? Is there it is connectivity? The exercise immunology consensus also says that, of course, the immune system is responsive to exercise. And when you do physical activity, there is an increase in the antipathogen activities and immunoglobulins and anti-inflammatory cytokines in the blood. Together, there is reduction in the inflammatory cells and decreased pathogen load. This has been identified in the upper respiratory infection patients. Stress hormones released from skeletal muscles, notably interleukin-6, which also provides protection to immunity via suppressing the potent inflammatory cytokines in the lungs, creating an anti-inflammatory milieu for several hours post-exercise. This has been found out. And during 2009 H1N1 influenza epidemic, a dose-response relationship between physical activity performed before infection and a reduction in the incidence, duration, and severity of upper respiratory tract infection was found. That means the patients who have done physical exercises have not been affected by the H1N1. Even if they are affected, the duration and the severity was comparatively less. This has been found. And also it says that physical activity contributes to enhancing immunosurveillance against infectious pathogens and protect, attenuate the symptomatology of the infectious diseases. There is a close watch, and so that the pathogens are removed from the body by immune system. And physical activity is a logical therapeutic strategy to moderate the effects of aging on the immune system and counteract the detrimental effects of immunosenescence. Immunosenescence is nothing but as the people are aging, there is a deterioration in the immune system, not only in the immune system, in all parts of your body. But this can be reduced by doing a regular physical activity. Thus, you can keep immune system in a higher functional ability. So in conclusion, all those studies, what it says is physical activity as an essential component of healthy living medicine. So as you eat, as you dress up, as you do bathing, all your fundamental activities, physical activity should be part of your life. So this is about a little complicated slide for the people who are not into that. It is saying how the physical activity can regulate the blood sugar level. And now you have to know how much is the amount of physical activity is recommended by the WHO. See, the adults aged 18 to 64 or above also should do at least 150 minutes. It means 1.5 hours of moderate intensity physical activity throughout the week, or 1.25 hours of vigorous intensity activity throughout the week, or an equivalent combination of moderate and physical intensity activity. This is minimum it is recommended. And also aerobic activity should be performed in bouts of at least 10 minutes duration. For additional health benefits, underline that for additional health benefits, adults should increase their moderate intensity aerobic physical activity to 5 hours per week. But this recommendation is increased during COVID. It's not 5 hours, they are asking 1 hour daily for the adults. And engage in 150 minutes, 1.5 hours of physical intensity, aerobic physical activity per week, or equivalent combination of moderate and vigorous activity. Along with all these moderate and vigorous activity, you should also be doing muscle strengthening activities, at least two major muscle groups for the major muscle groups, 2 days in a week. So this is what the recommendation. You can go to this link and to identify for even children, for others, adolescents like that, for different age groups, there is a provision. And this is what it is very important. The new guidelines includes the intensity at which we exercise is key. The light activity and likely to have much positive impact on the health. So the way you do the exercise is very important. For aerobic exercises to be beneficial, really it must increase your heartbeat and should make you sweat. The more the exercise you do, the better. Minimum is really minimum, and for the health benefits. If you go beyond 150 minutes, you will gain more health benefits. Sedentary time, as I said, screen times is bad for your health. See, even for those who are achieving 150 minutes exercise a week, most of the adults, they go to gym and do exercise and then come back, eat and sit with the screen time and for a long time. It doesn't work out. Apart from 1 hour, what you're doing exercises, the other rest of the day should also be scheduled so that you are physically active. And now WHO recommends now during COVID, all healthy adults should do minimum 30 minutes a day of physical activity. Children should be active 1 hour a day. See, all the recommendations is only for the minimum benefits. The more you do, you will be attaining fitness. As I told in the beginning itself, when we categorize the health definition, from the negative aspects, we have to promote to the positive aspects, like being unfit to the being physically fit with all the components. I told you health-related and performance-related skills have to be achieved. Then only you are said to be really fit. How to carry on physically? How to carry on the physical activity? Activity is missing. We need to do more physical activity than normal to build fitness or to stay within our target zone. Exercise prescription for different types of activities require knowing how long, how intense, how often the activity should be done. For this, we can say FIT formula. F refers frequency, which is referring how often you do physical activity. To be beneficial, it must be done almost all the days a week. It also depends on the type of activity we are doing and the part of fitness, like cardiorespiratory or flexibility, whatever we want to develop. To develop the strength, maybe 2 days a week will do. Whereas to lose fat and to maintain fitness, body weight, the activity have to be daily. Intensity refers how hard you perform the physical activity. If the activity we do is easy, we'll not build fitness or gain other benefits. Counting heart rate can be used to determine the intensity of the activity for building cardiovascular fitness. Simply jogging in one place wouldn't. Maybe if you do it for 20 minutes or above only, really you will be increasing your heartbeat. While the amount of weight we lift can be used to determine the intensity for building strength. And time refers to how long we do physical activity. The length of the time we should do physical activity depends again on the type and the part of fitness we want to develop. To build flexibility, we should exercise for 15 seconds. Say, for example, if you want to build up your biceps, you can tighten your area and you can count 1, 2, 3, like 15 seconds, and then you can release. So repetitions can be done. Whereas if you want to build on cardiovascular fitness, the activity should be minimum 20 minutes or more. Type refers to kind of activity. We have to do specific kind of activities for specific benefit. As I told earlier, if you want to reduce your tummy, if you want to build your chest muscles, if you want to build up your biceps, triceps, calf muscles, and accordingly you have to choose exercises and do it. Same way, those exercises may not help for flexibility. So you'll have to do stretching exercises for improving your flexibility. So inactive people should start with small amounts of physical activity and gradually increase the duration, frequency, and intensity over time. Physical activities should include aerobic and endurance, strength, flexibility, and coordination activity. It means what? The 11 components which we saw in the beginning, all that have to be kept in mind while you do physical activity. This is a pyramid, like you must have seen about a pyramid for healthy eating guide and all that. Same way here, which shows the level 1 life cycle physical activity, which is broad and which you have to be carrying out in a day-to-day life. Throughout, you have to be doing it. Active aerobics and active sports and recreations, you can involve 2 to 3 days a week. Flexibility exercises and exercise for strength and muscular endurance can be also planned. Rest or inactivity have to be reduced. As the pyramid narrowing, same way only the inactivity should be reduced and you should be more active. This is again explained in this slide with how much amount in each of the activities you are supposed to do and how many days in a week you have to do. All that is given. So you can adapt this and you can go and download this picture. And now I think we have been talking quite for 10 to 20 minutes, and let's have one activity, and I can see it in the chat box whether you are all attentive to me. You can say answer through that. Benefits of regular and adequate levels of physical activity includes fundamental to energy balance and weight control, improve muscular and cardiorespiratory fitness, improve bone and functional health, prevent NCD risk factors such as hypertension, overweight, and obesity, improved quality of life and well-being, all of the above. I think you all must be answering. Good. The answer is all of the above. Good job. Thanks for responding. It's now time to act or physical activity. You have to get prepared yourself as usual, begin gradually, start with short periods of activity and gradually increase the time. Drink water to replace the water lost through perspiration. Wear comfortable and proper clothing, light colored. Don't have any inhibitions, especially the ladies who are in a home or little elderly people are hesitant to carry out the exercises. And of course, you have your personal space. You can dress up accordingly to start with your exercises. Wear proper shoes and socks. This is like before. See, when we talk about COVID and all that, like 2000 BC, AC, like that, before COVID and after COVID kind of. And during COVID we are talking, and most of it what we are talking during COVID will be helpful even after COVID, which we have to be following. Of course, we do not know about the fitness centers and all that, gym, which is now facing a big problem. But of course, there is always a solution for everything, as how the government is taking steps initiating. Slowly, that will also be carried out with proper social distancing, even distancing the machines or the equipments which you are placing, and also disinfecting using sanitary high measures and following the protocols. I think gym and all that will also be useful. And so the boys in the group or the gents in the group, you are particularly fond of fitness centers, do not worry, always there is a hope. If not, you can do it at home with your own equipments formulated, maybe 2 bottles in the hand, half liter, and build up the biceps, or increase the load through 1 liters, or having nice sandbags on to build up your quadriceps on your ankle. Like that, you can be proceeding, and always there is a solution. Especially the youngsters can do a wonderful substitutes for all these things. So avoid extreme heat and humidity, heat-related conditions, heat cramps, heat exhaustion, and heat stroke. Now the weather in our place is like that. And remember, you have to be doing warm-up and cool-down, which warm-up prepares your body for more vigorous activity and enhances the performance, and also helps to prevent injury. Heart warm-up and muscle stretching warm-up is needed. Same way, when you finish up the exercises, cool down is important, because after workout, your body needs to recover from the demands of physical activity. Heart cool down and muscle cool down. In the case of Yogasana, you must have seen Savasana, where you can relax completely all your muscles after doing various stretching postures and all that. That's how you have to be doing. So here, some of the stretching exercises I have given. And nowadays, though I have given lot of pictures, nowadays WhatsApp and your FaceTime, your whatnot, all your Skype and everything is becoming a personal trainer for you. The moment you download the app, they are becoming the personal trainers, and you can see the videos. And actually, since it is 1 hour period time session, I have not included any of the videos. Otherwise, you have got wonderful videos for a circuit work for 1 hour, how you can carry out from the beginning to end. It is there. You can go and see, Google it. These are some stretches which you can be starting with. This is a side stretch, which stretches the muscles of the arms and shoulders, as well as the sides of the body. Knee to chest stretch. This stretches the muscles of the lower back and buttocks. Back and hip stretch. This exercise stretches the lower back and buttocks muscles. The procedure is given, and also you can see, because if I read out all the sentences, it would take much time. So from the names, you can understand and you can Google it, or you yourself must be knowing, because these are basic exercises. This 2-leg calf stretch is exercise for calf muscles. And apart from the exercises, you have a lot of stretching exercises. Your own Surya Namaskaram, our own Surya Namaskar is a best one, which stimulates every large muscle group in the body. It stretches up to 97% of body muscles and improves the general physical fitness by strengthening the muscles. So you can do, but again, it's not like a quick job. In each of the position, you have to feel the slight tension and hold the breath kind of, and then you can really feel the stretch. And you have to get to know about health-related and skill-related exercises. Before getting to know about it, you understand certain terminologies. Threshold of training, that is, the minimum amount of overload one needs to build physical fitness. Target ceiling is the person's upper limit of the physical activity, the maximum possibility you can do. These are the 2 things you have to be remembering. With the same thing, I'm explaining this. See, when you do a normal activity, it is not enough to build your fitness. From the threshold level of training, it has to be increased, but it can be below target ceiling. So the target zone is shown. That is where you can be building your fitness. So what is possible for you, you'll have to continue to do, but you have to go little beyond that to achieve fitness. Activity above threshold builds fitness and promotes health benefits. So naturally, when we saw fit formula, it was told minimum recommendation is at least 4 days a week. How you can go to target zone? Daily you can be doing. Same way, some of the moderate activities for 1 hour, 1.5 hours, it has to be done. You can make it as a vigorous activity. And same way, the aerobic activities for 10 minutes, 30 minutes in bouts of 10 plus minutes, which can be going to several hours. Maybe you can schedule, see, every 1 hour, like, see, normally when we plan for physical activity, whenever there is the national anthem played, children or most of us having a kind of alertness in our body and we respond. So same way, what I'm saying is you can set alarm in your mobile. The moment 1 hour is over, maybe you can get up and you can walk or stand in one place and jog, and that can be your thing. Maybe now also you can do something. So how you have understand target of ceiling and overload kind of, the principles, target zone. Same way you have to understand some of the basic principles of physical activity. 1, principle of overload, nothing but you should do physical activity more than normally your body does to achieve fitness and health benefits. You're able to walk to the bus stop maybe half a kilometer, 1 kilometer daily. You shouldn't include that, that is enough for me, but it should be beyond that. Maybe you have to walk back, return also, or you have to increase the distance. Principle of progression, amount and intensity of physical activity should be increased gradually. So suppose if you are able to do moderate exercises for 1 hour, then you can extend to 1.5 hours if you have time. If you do not have time, if it is less time, instead of moderate activity, you can increase the intensity through vigorous activity. Principle of specificity, as I told, it determines specific benefits. Particular fitness, if you need, you have to focus on it and you have to build it up. You have to remember some biomechanical principles also. Do not force your joints to move in ways that were not designed to move. People with some injury, people with some arthritis, out of curiosity, you shouldn't be trying beyond the level. Here you have to understand stretching is important. Do not stress. Do not overstress bones, tendons, ligaments, or muscles. You have to feel the tension, but not the pain. You should know to balance the muscle development around the joint. Some people will do biceps by building, right? If you don't have a personal trainers at the gym and who have not known about it, you will be developing the biceps alone, but your triceps may not be comfortable, and then some of reaching will not be possible. So equally, when you build up biceps, you have to be building up your triceps also. At the same time, you have to focus on your shoulder joints. That's how all these principles you have to be remembering. And here one or two exercises on each of the fitness I have given. If you look into health-related cardiovascular fitness, running or jogging, now you can do it in a place itself, inside the room or in the terrace, or running around the house kind of. But otherwise, that helps you to increase your ability of the heart to pump effectively. And flexibility, you have a lot of exercises for flexibility. And push-ups, this is mainly for the strength, for building the strength. You can increase the count. This skill-related activity like line jump, which shows about the agility. Draw a line, this side and that side you can be jumping. And double heel click, which again talks about focuses on speed. Backward hop for the balance. And squat like knees to feet, which is mainly to improve the power. And double ball balance for the coordination. And coin catch for the reaction time or coordination with the body. All that is examples of various related activities. Okay. And also you have to be remembering body mechanics. Body mechanics refers to how one uses their body while sitting, standing, bending, lifting, working. Poor body mechanics are often cause of back problems. We all talk about human ergonomics. Weak muscle and lack of physical activity are the reasons for poor posture and back pain. Nowadays, if you look, adolescents, most of the adolescents, children, because of screen time, the way they lie down and hold the mobile, all that leads to poor postures leads to back pain. And back pain is a hypokinetic condition where you don't do regular physical activity. Lordosis or sway back, too much arch in the lower back, toes, including rounded back or and shoulders. All these are some of the postural defects, problems associated with posture, poor posture. The figure shows how the poor posture leads to problems. And good postures, you must have seen all that, the way how you have to carry the weight. While carrying the weight, how you have to make your body. And while watching the screen, while watching the mobile or tablets, and even when you do physical activity, there is a method by which you have to hold your body. So these are now maybe 4 or 5 exercises which I'm going to tell mainly to improve your back, you will, by doing these exercises, you can prevent back problems like curl-ups, trunk lift, which instead of bench, you can use your cot also with the help of your partner. You can try, and you have to be careful. And this double leg lift, which you can do, the upper part you can lie down and hold the cot, and the lower part you can try to lift it up. This exercise strengthens your lower back and gluteus muscles. Reverse curl, this exercise develops your abdominal muscles. Knee to chest, this exercise helps to prevent and correct lordosis or backache. This all you can do. See, by the time you go, not with full food and all in your stomach, when you are done with your food, maybe after 2 to 3 hours, night you have to finish your dinner by 3 hours before bed, and while lying in the bed, you can try all this when you're comfortable. And this is arm and leg lift, where you can lift one arm first, and then second arm, then one leg, then another leg, and crisscross the opposite side. That's how you can do, which will help. This is really good, which prevents rounded shoulders, sunken chest, and rounded upper back. And also single leg hang can be done, which helps to stretch your iliopsoas, that is hip flexor muscle. I think we have been talking about how much physical activity have to be done, and also how you have to remember various principles while doing the exercises, and posture, and to maintain posture in a better way to avoid hypokinetic conditions like backache and all that we have seen so far. And now state whether the following statements are true or false through your chat box. And I think I want to keep you alert and attentive. Principle of progression states that the amount and intensity of your physical activity should be increased gradually. Is it true or false? Weak muscle and lack of physical activity are the less reasons for poor posture and back pain. True or false? Of course, both the answers are true. True, that's good. Most of you have answered correctly. Good job. Thanks for being attentive. Next, I told you, in the pyramid, you saw lifestyle activities, and above that, you saw some activities related to sports and, aerobics, and also active recreations. So here, the activity is vigorous enough to elevate heart rate above the heart rate threshold and into target zone is said to be active aerobics. Here, there is a formula. See, normally you can calculate your heart rate by feeling your pulse in the wrist or in the clavien region. It is normally from 60 to 72 per minute, the pulse rate. And the maximum heart rate you can identify by having a formula, just 208 into 0.7 into your thing. And when I'll give you that formula, when you do it, the maximum capacity of your heart, which the heart rate can be identified. So when you do activities which should raise your heart rate with the maximum heart rate range, but it will be little lesser than the maximum possible rate. So that is nothing. When you do the activity, you should be able to feel the heart rate. And if it is increased naturally, it is active aerobics. Say when you do Zumba dance, or when you do jogging, or when you run for a long distance, it is all called active aerobics. Cycling, swimming, jogging, all that. Aerobic exercise machines can be used to improve your aerobic or cardiorespiratory fitness by using treadmills, stair steppers, exercise bicycles, rowing machines, ski machines, and all that. Circuit training, maybe you can plan for 1 hour with a different set of exercises, one after the other. Dance, jumping rope, which we now a skipping rope, which you used to do when we were young, and most of us have now forgotten, which can be again used, and that too during COVID period. Recreational activities that are vigorous enough to elevate heart rate is the cardiovascular zone, that is active recreation. See, those the above 1 are all active aerobics, whereas active recreation, suppose father is playing with a child, he's running and he's trying to catch, or you people are playing the tennis, maybe shuttlecock, all that for 1 hour, which is active recreation. It improves your heartbeat, improves your stamina. At the same time, it's a kind of recreation where you have mental health also is improved. So now coming to the exercises to improve your flexibility. What is flexibility? In the beginning itself, I told you, you should be able to utilize the joints effectively and efficiently with the full range of motions. That is what flexibility. Range of motion, normally Rome exercise they'll say, or some flexibility exercises can be done to maintain the range of motion already present in your joints. Say somebody who is having arthritis or joint problems, and all of them will try to rotate, maybe shoulder joints, they'll try to rotate slowly, or leg, they'll try to lift it and slow it down. This is some of the basic exercises to maintain the flexibility in your joints. Whereas stretching exercises are there, which will increase your range of motion It could be there are three types of stretching exercises: static stretching, PNF stretching, which is proprioceptive neuromuscular facilitation, and ballistic stretching. The second and third one, normally the therapist will be helping you, and sports nutritionist can also be helping you on that. Whereas static stretching slowly as far as you can without pain until you feel a sense of pulling or tension, then holding the stretch for at least 15 seconds. Then it is said to be a static stretching, which can be. And again, when you talk about stretching, you need almost all parts of your, various muscles have to be, the stretching has to be done to all the muscles, like chest muscles, front of shoulders, front of hip joint, back of thigh, which is said to be hamstrings, inside of thigh, calf muscles, lower back. And if you look at the reasons, maintaining to prevent poor posture, and to avoid back problems, and also to keep your joints in a nice condition and to prevent injury. So you need stretching. That is very important. Whether you are an ordinary person or involved in sports, stretching is important, and that has to be done to almost all parts of your body. Here, there's almost same pictures, but if you see the exercises, it is added with the muscles which can be stretched. Back saver sit and reach exercise, which stretches the hamstrings, the lower, and also the lower back muscles, which you can be doing. And zipper, again, this helps you to the shoulder joints, shoulder and back muscles are improved. And arm stretch, this stretches the muscles of the shoulders, arms and chest. By sitting and listening, if you're looking at computer screens without mobile, then you can try stretching both the arms. Chest stretch, again, you can stand near the doors and then hold both the hands on the doorways and try to push your body front. That helps you to improve your chest stretch. Calf stretch, again, calf muscles and tendons can be improved. And knee to chest, again, lower back and gluteal muscles are stretch. So it is not that when you want to build up the muscle, you can stretch, and the intensity and the weight or resistance, if you give, it will help for fitness also. And this is arm pretzel, which helps in the stretching. The shoulder rotator muscles are stretched when you do this kind of exercises. Actually, you have to remember, when we say about food, local food have to be consumed, and seasonal foods have to be consumed, and traditional foods. And I always remember that when you start with your physical activity, olden days and now also, starting with Surya Namaskaram, and when you pray, you put Thopakarana, which is one of the very good brain exercise, which is pulling the ear so that your lymph is circulation of lymph is helped, and also you are trying to squat, so which is also a good, maybe you can increase the Upakarana, that way you can have more connectivity with God also. And folding the legs and sitting on the floor and folding the legs and having your meal, all these are some of the possible exercises, stretching exercise only. As nowadays we sit on table, sometimes children or even adolescents do not know how to fold their legs and sit and eat. All that can be done. And hip stretch, again, this muscle stretches the muscles of the front of the thigh, quadriceps, and also the muscles of the front of the hip. And sitting stretch, this exercise muscles in the groin area. So which, both the legs can be flapped down to the floor as a butterfly, and this helps to improve the, the muscles are stretched in a nice way. And now comes the muscular endurance or strength and continuum. That is third and fourth aspect of fitness related components. This continuum shows, don't think this is a picture, it can be easily understood. See, suppose if you want to improve the strength of the muscle, the resistance with you give with the weight or with your body weight have to be increased. If you want to improve the endurance, that is ability to do the exercises for a longer period of time, then repetitions have to be increased so that you can have the endurance. You can, so continuum shows the resistance and repetitions that a person might use to build muscle fitness. So these are some of the exercises like stride jump. You can jump with opposite left hand and right leg, and right hand with the left leg, and you can count how many times you are doing. This helps the muscles of the legs and arms, and also since you're jumping, cardiovascular fitness is also there. Side legs raise. This helps to develop the hip and thigh muscles, and 90-degree push-ups, and also bridging. All that can be done. And again, this exercise develops chest muscles like pectorals and the muscles of the back and upper arm, knee push-ups, and then curl up with twist. So the people who are interested to reduce the stomach and also to maintain the back muscles or oblique abdominal muscles, this exercise helps. Prone arm lift, the exercise develops the muscles of the back and the back of the shoulder joint, and it helps to prevent poor posture. So this you can also try. It is easy. Most of these exercises can be done indoor in a comfortable place, and slowly, properly you can do and increase the intensity. When you do all these exercises, always you have to be remembering there is a possibility for injuries also. Always you have to be aware of first aid aspects. And now during COVID, of course, you're all remembering and washing your hands and wearing masks. Same way, you're getting prepared yourself. Suppose if you could get like common minor injuries like sprains, stains, blisters, bruises, cuts and scrapes, and some of the overuse injuries like blister, shin splints, runner's heel, all this you can be handling. But whereas joint dislocation and bone fractures, which is less common, but it is more serious where you need to seek medical help. Side stitch, normally when you start initially the workouts, side stitch could be possible. And now you should also understand what is micro trauma. Like injury which is so small, often difficult to see or recognize when it is first occurs. See, people now at a later age, they undergo back problems, neck aches, and stiff and painful joints. All this could be because of the micro trauma, because of the improper way of doing exercises. These micro traumas would have gathered and at last now ending up as a back problem and neck aches and all that problems are there. And to treat, you can remember the basic formula: RISE, R for rest, I for eyes, C for compression, and elevation. Of course, when you start your session, you will be knowing so many things. And the last aspect is body composition. When you say body composition, it is the makeup of body tissues, including muscle, bone, body fat, and other body tissues. Here, the percent body fat talks about the percent of body weight that is made up of fat. That should be in healthy range. That is, if you're 70 kg and you're maybe 100 kg, let us have it so easy to explain. If of that 25 kg can be of from the fat, but if it is more than 35, it is said to be obese in the case of female. The percent body weight, if it is more than 30%, it is obesity. So how to know about it? You may be questioning how we will know the composition of it. There are instruments which checks you about fat mass. Body composition analyzers are there in some of the fitness centers and in the physiotherapy clinics and in the sports medicine areas you will be having. And there are other methods also to calculate body composition. And another thing which you have to remember is, normally most of you will talk about weight and you may not be remembering or knowing the height actually. When the weight is valid, when you know the height only, how much you are supposed to weigh for the height. There are so many methods and there are difference for the gender and then there is difference for the frame size. But basic formula is height in centimeter minus 100 will give you the ideal body weight as per Broca's index. So suppose you are 160 centimeters height, then minus 100, 60 kg should be the ideal body weight. This is quite different for the female and male, maybe 5 kg, less for female. And if you go beyond this, you have to caution yourself and try to maintain your body weight. Another one is body mass index. It is a method to assess body composition. It is your weight in kg have to be divided by height in meter square. Suppose you are 160 centimeters, 1.6 is the meter, 1.6 into 1.6 will give you meter square. Both the numbers, if it is divided, you will get some numbers. If the number is between 18.5 to 23, then you are in the normal range. Going lesser or going high, you have to be cautious. And obesity, as I told you, mother of many problems, and it is the key risk factors for hypertension, diabetes, insulin resistance, and a lot of cardiovascular problems and other problems. So weight maintenance is important, but again, some people may have abdominal obesity, but overall the weight, when you divide, it may be within the normal range or in overweight range, but it doesn't help. Your waist circumference is more valid, because abdominal obesity is having direct relation with your metabolic abnormalities. For male, it shouldn't be more than 40 inches. For female, it shouldn't be more than 35 inches. You can measure it with the abdominal girth in the navel region, and even waist to hip ratio can be identified, because waist, the umbilicus region, you have to measure, and hip, the maximum around the buttocks, you have to measure, and the division should be less than 1, and for 8.8 for the female. So abdominal obesity is one of the negative indicator. So you have to focus on that aspect. So before that, I would like to so far we have been seeing about various kind of activities or various 5 factors which are responsible, or the health related components. But anything, as I said, it has to be interlinked with other aspects. Body maintenance and body fit doesn't come only by itself. Adequate nutrition is also important, adequate sleep, and everything goes together. So that is why I have added a component about eating. Since we past 2 days we have been knowing about eating, I don't want to go beyond. Extensively, I don't want to explain. Only the tips I have given. Choose nutritious, balanced diet. That is, you have carbohydrate, protein, and fat. The distribution of your food, or the energy distribution from carbohydrate, protein, and fat, have to be balanced. Carbohydrate loading is important when you do performance or sports related activity, but also you have to have adequate amount of fat, because fat plays a lot of essential role in your body. At the same time, protein should be adequate. Among the sports people, there is always a tendency that increased amount of protein will it help. No, adequacy is enough, and also high biological value proteins, that is like egg protein and milk from pulses and legumes. So those kind of protein is in a high biological value protein is good. And schedule your meal timings. Finish your dinner before 3 hours before bedtime. And if you're working late hours, you can have a cup of milk or something like that. During Corona period also, that's how you have to be doing. Include local, seasonal, and traditional foods in your diet. This I'm talking about during now only. Include spices and condiments, especially jeera, cumin, ginger, tulsi, garlic, turmeric, and all these things you have been listening. All that can be included with the remembrance for the highest permissible limit. And include more vegetables and fresh fruits, colorful. Include amla, vitamin C for resistance. Include whole grains and millets, and try different millets with trying various recipes, because like for bone mineral density, for exercises like ragi, those are all rich, and it helps you to improve your calcium level. Adequate intake of milk is important, and it has to be planned. And it is not that food related to food issues can be discussed within a day or within an hour. If you're really interested, you have to be approaching a nutritionist who will plan proper diet for you to build your fitness. And if you do physical activity, how your food have to be modified can be helped by a dietitian. Include, use healthy oil. Avoid trans fat. Absolutely, if there is a research carried out, the trans fat intake during this Corona period would have been less, because you wouldn't have taken food from outside. Maybe your snacks would have been homemade. So your parents would have taken care to not to reuse the oil much, and healthy snacks would have been given to you. So of course, avoid trans fat and stay hydrated. These are some of the tips about your diet. And manage your stress. This is important aspect, not only the food. See, people who are obese, they may not be motivated, and they'll not do exercises, and there are a lot of worries. And we are always thinking from our side, there are people below us without comfort. There are so many people who are unfortunate and with a lot of problems in their life. But as I said, nature has its own way of healing, same way. Adaptability, and you can make yourself, you can have a eustress or de-stress yourself. So to manage your stress, identify your stressor, Tackle one thing at a time. Instead of sitting and worrying about the problem, take action to solve. Manage time by prioritizing. This is more important. See, now you are not having college or you're not having works or work from home only, and you shouldn't be scheduling haphazardly. Manage your time. Spend in a proper distribution of your day's time for various activities, and accept things which cannot be changed, and develop growth mindset and think positively. Eat a nutritious, well-balanced diet, get enough sleep, pay attention to your body, because symptoms are really good. Actually, whenever I used to have class with my students, I used to say, symptoms, without symptoms, it's very difficult. Symptoms are the signals for your body to take care. And so pay attention to your body, do regular physical activity, use relaxation techniques like progressive muscle relaxation, yoga, pranayama, meditation, music, massage, hydrotherapy, hobbies, anything it could be. Right eating and regular exercise linking together for optimal health. And normally whenever I talk in my regional language, Tamil, bear with me, I used to say the basic needs of the human is unavu, udai, urayul. Along with that, I'll ask them to include one more U, that is a letter, udarpayirchi. So it's becoming an essential aspect in the life. So you have to be including exercise as part of your lifestyle. Develop a personal plan. A lifestyle is a way of living that helps to prevent illness and enhance wellness. Choose a healthy lifestyle. The SMART approach should be used to establish a set of clear objectives. Specific, S. Measurable, achievable, relevant, and timely. Suppose if you are not doing any activity so far, start with maybe 10 minutes or 15 minutes a day by small walk. Go to terrace or climb down upstairs or downstairs, walk around the house like that. Start doing it, which could be measurable, easily achievable. That will help you to motivate and go ahead. Developing personal plan for regular physical activity can keep your activity level high and avoid sedentary living. Physical activities not only help you to be physically fit, but also help promote fitness. Getting fit and staying fit can be fun when you choose activities you enjoy. See, you can't do standing in one place and jog. Maybe you take put a nice song and then you try dancing or jumping. See, everybody knows. Some people will say there is no trace in their blood about dancing and all. It is not so. You clap. Generally, when you listen to music, you nod your head. You enjoy. All those are movements only. When you put it collectively, that is called dance. There are different types actually. So you should be doing it with the possibilities. Circuit workout. So now to plan for your day, for your own physical activity, you can have a circuit workout. That's nothing but in a scheduled time, several different exercises done consecutively. Should include exercises for all parts of the body and all parts of physical fitness. It can be done with the use of equipments or without equipments like calisthenics, where you can use your own body weight as a resistance and you can be doing it. Plan your own circuit course, which could be side stretch, jump rope, curl up, maybe starting with Surya Namaskar and then go for breathing exercises and then cardiovascular exercises. All that can be grouped together. So that's what here some of the pictures I have given. Morning workout, you can start 1 minute push-up, 1 minute plank hold, 1 minute squat and repeat it for 3 or 4 times. And jump rope workout with the skipping rope, you can jog in a place for starting as a warm-up, and then you can jump with left foot and jump with right foot, jump rope jacks, jump rope lunges, and then regular jumping can be done. This burpee can be done. And this is one of the nice one, 12 inches height. This is normally used as a step test to identify the cardiovascular fitness, but you can be doing it. And if you look into some of the websites, there are so many fitness trainers and people who are showing how to do all these things. You can have a tool like this and it should be sturdy. And after that, you can do it with the first one leg up and then second leg up and then one leg down, again second leg down. Like that, you can be continuously doing it. Of course, people who are elderly and who have knee problems, do not try all this. Rather, you can try to climb up the stairs slowly and then climb down the stairs, and that is good because you will have a support, and accordingly you have to be doing. And now what we are talking is, I'm generalized talk only I'm giving. There are special for the needy people with cancer or lymphedema patients, and for people with injuries, people with arthritis, and there are specialized exercises are there, and accordingly. But whatever it is, maximum possible physical activity which are in their range of motions have to be done in a day-to-day. Here, one of the best thing is nowadays during COVID, you can have a 8 walk. It need not require much amount of, the 10 feet is needed and 6 feet is needed, and you don't talk in that, I don't think it in that way. Maybe you can keep 2 chairs little apart in your hall, and you can slowly walk around it and come. And or in the terrace, you can mark with a chalk, and you do. Nowadays, you must have seen some of the WhatsApp and all, like drawing so many things, and children are running and then jumping and then doing some flexibility exercises. And of course, WhatsApp it's becoming, as I said, it's becoming a personal trainer, and you can follow some of the links and proceed. And you can do yoga, and you can do some of the breathing exercises and meditation, high plank, push-ups, reverse lunge, body squat, and any of these activities you can choose and make it as a circuit. And that will be helpful for you to proceed to start with. Maybe you can initiate it. And when you do yoga, do not try without knowing it, and try or download and see and try to do the activities. Whichever is possible, try to continue and get some help if there are therapists to help you out, or the fitness trainers to help you out. And to have now activity 3, broad controls to contain the spread of corona include the following: temperature tracking, social distancing, hand and respiratory hygiene, cleaning and disinfection, download and use Arogya Setu app, all of the above. Of course, all of the above. I have not asked questions related to the previous slides. It's related to corona. Good job. Thanks for being alert, because you would have expected some questions from the previous slides, but it is different. And eat the right food, stay active, stay fit, take care of your health, and help to stop the spread of COVID-19 in the community by following whatever the principal has been told to you. These are some of the postures developed by WHO. Try exercise classes online if it's possible. See, you are having tech-oriented now. You're all tech persons. Now you are attending the class online. Same way, you can try some of the exercises classes online. Some of the free classes are also there. Dance to music, play active video games, try skipping rope, do some muscle strength and balance training, and seek more ideas and resources through online. Regularly check your sitting posture while working from home. That's more important. See, by listening for this 1 hour, you must have been feeling a little tired, and you can now stretch your arms, or you can do some getting up, because it's going to be ending up. So you can stand up and try to stretch your muscles and all that. And even you have to be active to improve your heart health, muscle health, and flexibility. These are some of the postures they are giving. And these are the references which I have looked for the presentation. Thank you. If there is any question, you can post it in your chat box. I'll be happy to answer.
Thank you. Thank you, Malarvidi ma'am. Thank you for your very impressive and informative session. You have presented the session very enthusiastic and pleasant manner. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Really, this kind of fitness tips are essential for our COVID period, because people are ideally sitting and watching TVs and eating foods. So without any physical activities, we cannot get back our original fitness. So thank you for your excellent presentations. So now I request the participants, please post your queries in chat box. Madam will answer for your queries one by one. Please.
Chat box. Just hold on for a minute. I'll see the chat box. Just for a minute, I'm just scrolling down the chat box. Oops, also, let's see. Let me go from the beginning. Is there any questions? You can tell me, Kyle, madam. Okay. What about the speed they have asked? That's what you have to increase the speed according to your capacity. That is what's important. You know, you can, if you are able to first walk maybe half a kilometer with a normal walk, then you can make it as a brisk walk. And if it is possible, you can jog. Maybe 10 minutes you can jog and then you can slow down. And if it's possible, you can complete. See, if you do marathon, you wouldn't be, some people who are athletic, they'll be able to jog throughout for 21 or half marathon or whatever. But whereas you can try with according to your capacity only, your eligibility, your best just to decide about the speed which is possible for you. What are the other questions? I'm just seeing the questions. Please bear with me because it's a little slow. So our BMI rate depends on weight and height. From that BMI, it increases, any chances of increasing it. Of course, I told you BMI is talking about composition of your body. So first thing, you have to maintain your weight. As I said, the ideal body weight. You have to try to maintain your ideal body weight. At the same time, you have to maintain your abdominal circumference. So that will be good. And if you are going towards obesity naturally, hypertension, cardiovascular risk factors like dyslipidemia is possible. So naturally, weight reduction through proper physical activity will improve or to maintain the blood pressure in the control weight will be helping, of course.
Under this question, how to contact the water required by those people who does physical activity? Is there any formula?
See, normally for the patients who cannot consume water by themselves as bedridden in the hospital, or they are having some of the problems like renal related things where we measure and give. But a person who is very normal, their thirst mechanism is wonderful, right? How much you need, your body says that you have to be knowing it. And dehydration will be exhibited as a symptom, like which could be like fall of hair, your skin will not be all right. From that also you can understand. And when you say beverages to be consumed, it should be of water, not like fruit juices and all that. But you can include fruit juices or like some beverages which helps you for digestion, like rasam and all that can also be included. But for patients, when you have compromised kidney and all that, there is a limitation, there is formulas to calculate water intake.
If BMI rate get increased, is there any chances in increasing in blood pressure? There is a question by.
That's what I answered just now. Yeah, madam.
Any other questions?
Any other question which I have missed? If I have missed, please now post it so that I can answer, because there are a lot of messages to scroll down. Anybody which I have not answered, please now post the question so that what is Broca's index? There is a question. See, you want to know your ideal body, right? Suppose if you are 160 centimeter minus 100, that's one formula which easily you can calculate your body weight, ideal body weight. If you are 160 centimeters minus 100, 60 kg will be your ideal body weight. That is one formula by which you can understand your ideal body weight, and you have to understand whether you are maintaining that, you're lower than that, or you're more than that, and accordingly you have to do some physical exercises and balance your dietary intake, and that will help. Balancing your body weight is important to be physically fit and to prevent health-related problems. See, in extreme workout, we really necessary now for a moderate workout, or doing it in empty stomach will be more effective. See, some of the postures or some of the yogasanas which you are trying to do will be helpful in empty stomach. That is like empty empty stomach in the sense not as soon as having food, at least 2 hours after the meal it should be. And if you are a performer and if you want to do like sprint and all that, pre-meal like carbohydrate loading is important. See, the purpose or the goal with which you are doing the activity is important. If your goal is to reduce your body weight, kind of, and if you are energetic to exercises, you can do it. But you will not strain yourself. Having adequate amount of fluid and some minimum amount of fluid will help you to proceed with the workout. Initially, if you start working out, of course, you will feel hungry and you may feel tired. But you can be, after 2 or 3 days, you can be all right. And especially for weight reduction, if you look, see, 1 pound, you can say 1 kg is around 7,000 calories. Suppose if you want to reduce 1 kg, 500 calories per day you can reduce, so that by end of 1 week you'll be able to reduce 1 kg. So normally physiologically we recommend 2 kg weight reduction per month. So to achieve this weight reduction by 500 calories in a day, you cannot fully do it through exercise if you are in the beginning stage. So you can couple it with dietary restrictions also. You can plan your diet in such a way that you're reducing the food intake, not the quantity, quality wise, you're not compromising with the quantity, and you can increase the exercises. Both diet and exercise goes hand in hand for the weight reduction actually. So depending upon the goal you have to be doing. Audio is not clear. Am I clear now?
Still.
Somebody has written, do proper maintenance of gut microbe and have any additional benefits in provoking immune response? Of course, yes. I told in the beginning itself, for the movement of lymph throughout the body, any kind of physical activity is helpful. And of course, constipation, any of the gut-related problems are also removed by doing regular physical activity. See, even if you look into this, Bangalore Art Center has released a nice video where they have told not the aerobic kind of exercises, but breathing exercises specifically to the lymph nodes, which including the intestinal region where you have lymphatic organ, appendix, and thymus, and all those things. It helps to remove the waste products and bacterial things. And of course, gut microbe, not only the physical activity will help, and your food intake with a lot of probiotics and adequate amount of all the other energy-leading body building protective foods have to be included to maintain the gut microflora. So that's more important. I think once again I asked about Broca's index. It's a formula can be used to identify your ideal body weight, how much weight you are supposed to have for your body, for your height. That can be calculated. Instead of guessing, you can have through this formula, you can identify. I think I have already answered. Any other question? And if there are adolescents and students in the age group, I want you people to carry out this weekend itself, your physical activity. This is not a seminar where you listen and go and incorporate. This is a workshop where you get to know the idea so that you can inculcate it to your day-to-day life. Follow the food to be included as for the past 2 days we have discussed kind of, and also try to start your physical activity, schedule it in the morning or in the evening as a circuit training where you incorporate whatever is possible for you for all the fitness factors for improving your heart, you're improving your flexibility, improving your muscle endurance, and all that will help you to improve your cognitive ability, also listening ability. It will help you to have a nice sleep, and it will make you to be happy. And when once your body is fit, you're confident, and your level of mental health and your facing or adapting to any of the stress situations will be helpful, will be easy for you. So during this corona period, what you are initiating is going to be very good. And even after corona, it's a lifetime thing. This physical activity is not only for the corona period, it is for throughout your life. It helps, as I said, it improves your immunity. Aging related problems are reduced. And even people with comorbid conditions, they are supposed to proceed with their exercises, which is possible for them to keep them fit and to maintain the quality of life. Anything else? I think if it's
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for your patience and presently you have given the answer for all the queries. So participants are very lucky today. And I request the participants to give your feedback. So past 3 days you have been muted. Now you can unmute your voice. You can give your feedback, please. Paresh, volume చూడండి.
Hello? Hello, am I audible, sir?
Yes, ma'am, you are audible. Yes, you are audible.
Yeah, I am N. Balasangita from Virudhunagar.
Yes, ma'am, please.
I am a MSc student. The three days workshop is very helpful for us.
Yes, ma'am, you continue.
I learned many things from this sessions. All the sessions are very interesting. So thanking you to give me an opportunity to present in this all sessions. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you for your organizations and thank you for all of them.
Thank you. Any other participants?
Am I audible, sir? Hello.
Yes, you are audible, ma'am.
Yeah, I'm calling from Chennai. I'm Tendril. Thank you for conducting such kind of webinar. Actually, those who are in the field and those who are not in the field, it's a good opportunity sitting at home while we feel very useful. Like 3 days online sessions. One is it is a good experience. We always been in a live session, but now we get an experience how to attend a session online. So thank you to you, sir. And thank you to all the three presenters and the organizer, Kailvari ma'am. We had a good, see, I'm from a background who doesn't have knowledge in this area. So the presentation was good and we noted down many points for us to take forward. And today's session was also very good, how to keep ourselves active. And yesterday's how to keep the hygiene, how to be always conscious about how to keep the hygiene thing. And the first day session was excellent with the spices and all thing that we know, but then we have forgotten that. So we keep including that. And this is a wonderful idea of keeping ourselves occupied and break this lockdown session. Sitting inside the house, we feel very useful that we are in a good meeting. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Any other participants? You can unmute your mic and give your feedback.
Hello. Hello, sir. Sir, am I audible?
Yes, ma'am, please.
I'm Shakila.
Hello.
Bhagdasan College, sir. Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Am I audible, sir?
Yes, you are audible.
Thank you very much for organizing such a wonderful webinar on this COVID-19, sir. During this period, all the sessions were very informative and useful. And we will try to forward this to our students and our our friends. Thank you, sir.
Thank
And the session by first day is Meenakshi Bajaj, very useful, and the presentation by Malarvidi Ravi is very clear, informative, and her voice is clear. Presentation is good also and highly informative. And my special thanks to Kailvari Balamurugan. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Sir, am I audible?
Yes.
Yes, good evening to one and all once again. I am Dr. Gunjan from Gujarat. The topic chosen by all the panelists was compelling and captivating. And all the panelists were immaculated and clear with the words. And once again, I'm indebted to all of you and looking forward for your next session. It was worth listening to all of you. And thank you so much.
Thank you. Any other?
Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm Nisha Sangamardam from Karaikal, pursuing second year BTech. So really, it was a wonderful section.
Thank you.
Thank you for all the speakers. They were qualified and better speakers. It was best opportunity for all the students and also for the professors, doctorates, all. It is a good section that we learned many things from you and all speakers. We are very grateful for you, sir. Thank you, and keep on conducting like this. It will lead many people to get more information. Thank you, sir.
Sure, ma'am. Definitely we will. Thank you for your nice feedback. Thank you. Any other participants?
Hello,
Yes.
I'm Nishi Sangamardam from Karaikal, pursuing a BTech degree.
Yes, ma'am.
It was really wonderful, sir, and thank you for conducting such superb sessions, which is really helpful. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Any other participants?
Malarvi madam. This is another very wonderful lecture today. A lot of new inputs. You worked a very lot. The presentation says that your hard work and commitment to the subject, and we are very, very happy that your voice we are here in Karaikal. Many of our colleagues are listening, and it is a wonderful lecture. Definitely it is of international quality. There is no doubt about it. If you add little research data, definitely it may any another platform in the international arena. Thank you. Thank you once again. Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other interested participants? Okay, we come to the conclusion. So now I request Madam Kailviri Balamurugan to give you a vote of thanks.
Very good evening to all. I'm very happy to present a gratitude note. It's my privilege to propose vote of thanks on behalf of organizing team of this 3 days online workshop on issues and concerns during COVID. I thank Dr. K. Subramani, Principal, BGCW, Bardhasan Government College for Women, who has given permission to organize this event, and also for his constant encouragement. I'm grateful and indebted to Dr. G. Rani, Principal, Women's Polytechnic College, who is behind this program. Madam has got more than 3 decades of teaching experience, and I'm happy to say that she is an alumna of Anna University. Ma'am's Herculean support truly helped us all to gain a lot. I'm very happy, ma'am, to work with you. And you were always been a support for all these 3 days. Thank you so much, ma'am. And I extend my gratitude to my co-coordinator, G. Gandhi Mogan, Assistant Professor, Electronics and Communication Department, who is very sincere, dedicated, and straightforward and proactive person, versatile in technology. And sir is in charge for the remote center of this Women's Polytechnic College. In association, this remote center is working in association with IIT Bombay. So I wholeheartedly thank my co-coordinator, without which this program would not be successful. Thank you, sir, for all your guidance and motivation and support. And I also extend my deep sense of gratitude to Dr. Ratnaraj. He is also assistant professor in electronics and communication in this Women's Polytechnic College. I would like to say here, Madam Rani ma'am and Ratnaraj sir are working behind the scene. Actually, from the beginning, they are working with ma'am's support and sir's help only, Ratnaraj sir's help only. This all the people can see the program, everything they are taking care of. Sir is very simple, and then he is helping us a lot to deliver this program. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
At times, our own light goes up and is rekindled by a spark from another person. Yes, my deep sense of gratitude goes to our special guest, Dr. Ramkumar, Director, Entrepreneurship Development Cell, Amatula Puducherry, and also his team is River Institute, Puducherry, who has cleared his schedule and accepted our invitation and delivered a special lecture in the first day. I also thank Dr. Meenakshi Bajaj, who highlighted the importance of immunonutrition and traditional spices. I also express my gratitude towards Dr. Hema Maliki, head of the department, Clinical Nutrition, Ramchandra Medical College, who accepted our invitation and cleared or explained about the importance of sanitation and hygiene during COVID-19. And today's speaker, Malarvidi Ravi, Assistant Professor, Department of PG and Research Department of Home Science, Bardasan Government College for Women. She beautifully explained in detail about the physical exercise and the importance of physical exercise in day-to-day life and also beyond COVID also. It was very much informative and very interesting and useful for everybody. Thank you so much, Malarvidi Madam. Last but not the least, I thank all our delegates for your interest and enthusiasm in participating in this 3 days online workshop. Because of your support and cooperation, this program successfully we have completed this program. And at this juncture, I would like to appreciate you for promptingly submitting the assignments and other things which showed your interest and enthusiasm in this program, the 3 days online workshop. And with the permission of Dr. Rani ma'am of this Women's Polytechnic College and my co-team members, we are planning to, since you have worked hard and showed interest in sending the abstracts, with your permission, we would like to compile everything and put it as a e-publication. So today's exercise also, that is the assignment and the abstracts, with the same spirit, I want you to send it to the link given to you. And around 300 participants registered for the program, and then around 202 to 25 participants daily who have joined the class. And I'm happy to see the participants from Pondicherry, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, AP, Andhra Pradesh, Meghalaya, and different places. So it gives us strength. So thank you so much for all the participants, delegates, and we could see the different scientists, food technologists, head of the departments, dietitians, our own students, without which really this program would have not been successful. Whenever we see the feedbacks daily in the chat box as well as WhatsApp group, really it gives us strength. And once again, I wholeheartedly thank my team, that is Dr. Rani ma'am, and then Gandhi Mogan sir and Padmaraj sir for their sincere, what can I say? I find no words to express my gratitude towards them, because technology part, from this, all the 3 days, what I have learned, without technology, we cannot move forward. So I request all the youngsters and other teacher members to upskill your talents in the field of technology, and also connectivity. As Ramkumar has said, connectivity is very, very important. so that we can give more to the community. So, and then I request everybody to take up such sort of a workshop in near future also. Stay safe, stay fit, be positive. Have a pleasant evening. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for your wonderful vote of thanks. Thank you so much. Dear participants, we will meet you in the forthcoming sessions. Shortly, we are going to announce the next phase of training program. You can expect. Stay with us. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Several participants have left the meeting. Turn off microphone control D. Your menu button can up. Button turn on microphone. Button turn on microphone control D. Button link full.